Most people think ADHD is a motivation problem or a discipline problem. But what if it is actually a rhythm problem inside the brain that almost no one talks about? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, I'm going to show you what is really happening in the neurodivergent brain, why focus feels so inconsistent, and the simplest way to support your brain in just 12 minutes a day. If you have ADHD or identify as neurodivergent, you have probably been told some version of this. Try harder, get organized, use more willpower. But here's what most people do not realize. The ADHD brain is not broken. It is just operating on a different frequency. Literally. Your brain runs on electrical rhythms called brain waves. Think of them like lanes of traffic. Some lanes are fast and alert, some are slower and more integrative. When these rhythms are balanced, focus feels natural. Learning sticks, your thoughts feel organized. When they are out of balance, the mind feels scattered, overstimulated, or mentally flat. Many ADHD brains are not underactive. They are overactive in the wrong rhythms at the wrong time. This is why you can hyper-focus on something interesting for hours, but struggle to focus on something boring for 5 minutes. It is not a lack of intelligence or effort. It is a mismatch between brain state and task. Most people do not realize this, but focus is not something you force. It is something that emerges when the brain is in the right rhythm. So let us talk about what makes mental clarity harder today, especially for neurodivergent minds. Modern life is designed for constant stimulation. Notifications, scrolling, rapid task switching. For an ADHD brain, this is like pouring gasoline on a fire. Every novelty spike pushes the brain into faster beta waves. That can feel energizing at first, but over time it leads to mental fatigue, fog, and emotional dysregulation. This is why many neurodivergent people feel overstimulated and understimulated at the same time. And here's the key insight. Natural support for ADHD is not about suppressing the brain. It is about helping it shift states more smoothly. Let me explain with a simple analogy. Imagine your brain as a radio. ADHD brains often pick up multiple stations at once. You're not missing the signal, you just need better tuning. This is where natural approaches actually make sense. Movement, routine, predictability, and sensory regulation all help because they influence brain rhythms. But there is one tool that is often overlooked: sound. The brain naturally synchronizes to rhythm. It is called neural entrainment. In simple terms, your brain adjusts its electrical activity to match what it hears. This is why certain sounds calm you almost instantly, and why others make you feel alert or focused. And this next part is important. You do not need to force focus for this to work. Your brain does it automatically. This is especially helpful for neurodivergent minds that resist effort-based techniques. If this is helpful so far, make sure to like this video and subscribe. This channel is all about simple, science-backed ways to support your brain naturally. Now let us talk about the real struggle many people with ADHD experience. Brain fog. Starting tasks but not finishing them. Feeling mentally scattered. Or feeling flat and burned out from too much stimulation. Most people think the solution is more structure or more pressure. But often the issue is that the brain never gets a chance to shift into calmer, more integrative rhythms like alpha and theta. Those states are where learning consolidates, where emotional regulation improves, where focus becomes sustainable instead of forced. And this is where sound-based support becomes interesting. Instead of asking the brain to calm down, you guide it there. Instead of fighting distraction, you change the environment your brain is responding to. There is a neuroscience-inspired audio called the brain song. It is a 12-minute sound experience designed to gently guide the brain toward healthier brainwave activity, associated with focus, learning, and overall brain wellness. No effort. No techniques to remember. No forcing your mind to be quiet. Just sound patterns your brain naturally responds to. If you are curious, I have linked a page below where you can learn how this works. Now let me give you the stay until the end payoff I promised you. Here's one misconception to avoid when treating ADHD naturally. Trying to eliminate stimulation completely can backfire. Neurodivergent brains do not need deprivation. They need regulation. The goal is not silence, it is rhythm. Here's a simple daily habit you can start today. Once a day, give your brain a predictable signal that it is safe to downshift. Same time, place, and input. That could be a walk, breathing, or a sound-based guide. Consistency matters more than intensity. This is where tools like the brain song fit naturally. 12 minutes is short enough that your brain does not resist it, but long enough to create a real state shift. You are not trying to fix your brain. You are learning how to work with it. If you are serious about supporting your brain naturally, click the link below and experience the brain song for yourself. Sometimes the biggest change comes from giving your brain the right rhythm.